Hi, it's Kwesi Millington here, certified coach and motivational speaker. Today I'm going to teach you how to prepare your keynote. 5 P's to making sure that if you're asked to speak, you can prepare your keynote that's going to be effective, that's going to help your audience. Before we get started, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. And if there is value here, please let me know in the comments below what was valuable to you. Okay, so as you can see, the first P is purpose. Before you get to drafting your keynote, ask yourself, what is your big idea? What is the main one-sentence idea you want to convey to your audience? So one of my audiences is students. I speak in schools all over North America about resilience and mental health. And my big purpose is to convey to them that your resilience, your mental health comes from the everyday, not the extraordinary. So that's my big idea. So ask yourself, what's your one-line purpose that your audience needs to take away from your talk? Second P, preparation. You want to make sure that you are prepared. Research your topic. You can Google your topic. You can find out more about it by just going online and making yourself a subject matter expert by reading books, going online, making sure that you're an expert so that you present not only your stories from your life, but the statistics and facts and quotes that will back up your message, your point. You also want to research your audience. So sometimes what I'll do is I will get on a call with people in the audience. I talk to students. I have students that I mentor and I ask them, hey, tell me about social media. What kind of struggles are you going through? And I have an insight into their world. Listen, I'm a lot older than the students I talk to, so I want to make sure I research them and I know about them. The third thing you want to research when you're preparing is contrarian ideas. So ideas that go against the norm. A lot of times people take a topic and they say what everybody else has said. Ask yourself, can I bring something new to this topic? So number 2, preparation. The next thing you want to do is know your points. So your keynote is, say, 45 minutes. I would say a point every 8 to 12 minutes, and I'll kind of tell you how to put that in with the next P, how to fill in that 8 to 12 minutes. But think about a 45-minute keynote as like 3 to 4 points, major points that you're going to share with your audience. So go back to your purpose. What's the purpose of your talk? And then ask yourself, what points back up that purpose? How do they achieve that purpose? So for me, if resilience comes from the everyday things you do, not the extraordinary, points within there could be things you do on an everyday basis. Talking to yourself, meditating, spending time exercising, various mental health tips. What are the main points that you want to teach to your audience that are going to back up and drive home your purpose? So that's number 3. Number 4 is what I call parables and participation. Parables is just a fancy word for stories. If you are someone who's ever read the Bible, you will know the term parables is basically what Jesus said to people. So he used stories, aka parables, to convey his points to his disciples, to his followers. And there's actually a verse in there that said he never taught without using a parable. So Jesus never taught without conveying a story. And whether you're religious or not, listen, stories connect us. I have a son and I can't even count how many stories I've read him. And he memorizes them and he reads them back to me, and he's really young, but he just gets involved in the stories, and so will your audience. That love for story never goes away. So I said before that a point should be about 8 to 12 minutes. You might want to have a story or two in there. You might want to have participation in there. So you might tell a story and then go to your audience and say, hey, let's drive this home. Talk to a partner about this. Let's break this down. And you may have various things within the 8 to 12 minutes that drive home that one point, and then you go on to the next point. So you can make it shorter if you only have like half an hour to speak, or you can make those points longer by adding in activities, participation, call and response, that type of thing that will extend your point And every point extended allows you to speak now for an hour or even an hour and a half or more. So parables and participation, that's number 4. And finally, bringing it all together is what I call pie slices. So I mentioned before that if you have a 45-minute keynote, you want to have 4 points, 3 to 4 points. Think of each of those as pie slices. They should stand on their own. So if you have a point that drives home your main purpose and you have a story or 2 in there and you have an activity, that's your like 8 to 12 minute module. If you are asked all of a sudden to say, take your 60-minute keynote down to 30 minutes because someone else went over time or there's agenda issues or a multitude of other reasons, trust me, that will happen to you. It's happened to me before. They come up to me and say, hey, listen, we thought you had half an hour, you have 20 minutes. Oh, that's cool. I'll just pull out one of those pie slices, one of those 8 to 12 minute points, and now it might be 2 points that I share as part of my keynote as opposed to 3 or 4. So build your major talk out in terms of pie slices so that you can take out a section and make it as short or as long as you need to. If you found this video helpful, let me know. If you need help building your keynote, I'll put a link below that you can book a call with me and we can start developing your talk, whether it's a presentation for corporate or if you're out there giving keynotes, whatever you need help with, I can help you prepare your keynote if needed, but use these 5 steps and you'll be well on your way to preparing the keynote that's going to connect with and motivate your audience.